All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. My voice might sound a little out. I've been a little under the weather this week, so thanks for being patient. So, in for some more hackmud today. So let's go take a look at where we left off on Saturday. So left a whole bunch of notes here for ourselves on what we need to do to work toward finishing kind of tier 2 robustness and automation, and then getting ready for tier 3, I guess. Hey Mike. Hey Michael, how's it going? Hackmud-ing. Correct. A noun and a verb. How are you doing? Thanks for coming by. I think if we look at... so there's a bunch of work that has to be done for the out-of-process automation, because it is... it's not set up for tier 2 or cycling users or any of that stuff, so... you're good. Good. Me too. Aside from feeling a little bleh, but haven't done much hackmud as of late. Yeah, me either. I mean, it's been since Saturday, I guess, so I pretty much do like 90% of my hackmud stuff on stream now, so but it keeps me motivated. Streaming it keeps me motivated, so all right, so I think the first thing we got to do here is finishing the auto call. So this is going to help with all the junk that we're going to start accumulating from cracking tier 2 NPCs. So I think the goal was to call it at the end along with deposit, but we'll see. Maybe I call it only from the out-of-process automation so that I don't make this script, the cracking script, take too long to run. So I'll hop over to the utils here. I have a bunch of to-dos in here. Okay, where do we leave off? So auto call, keys, right. I think I wanted to get some keys so that I had something to practice with. But I think what I'm going to do is I don't want any duplicates of keys right now. Oh, that's the other to-do here. Need to find out how rare a key is, because I don't want to necessarily automatically toss a key that might be super rare. If I get really lucky and get 2 super rare keys, I don't want to just throw out the second one. So I don't know how to find out how rare a key is. I think someone suggested, maybe Smork suggested, I could check against what's in the market, and if I don't see it for list, if I don't see it listed for sale, that could be a possible hint that it is rare. So gotta think about this for a second. Well, the first thing I can do is I can test what's written so far with the keys being transferred, because I can just take all of the keys from my library user and just send them to any other user, and then just use this to send them back. So let's try doing that first. So what did I have here for upgrades on my main user? Okay, so I got a bunch of junk in here. So all I have to do is send a few keys as well and see if autocall calls all of this junk. What did I consider junk? Anything rarity 1 or 0. Well, I'm not doing that part yet. I'm not doing that part. This is just keys. Okay. So let's go to my library user. And let's look at the keys I've got here. Shirt's being bunchy. My chair is too low. Oh. Alright. So I've got a bunch of key V1s of various rarities and a single key V2. So I'm going to send some of these gray key V1s. X for upgrade 2. And we're going to send, we'll just send all the gray keys, just so that if this, no, there is no actual dropping being done yet, so they should all be safe. So I should be able to do like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should be good enough. Okay, go back. So I don't actually know. Dump. What do you mean by dump, Michael? I should just trash them? Alright, so presumably some of these are duplicates, because I know I have some duplicates. So if I do xylib.utils, and I do tool auto call, this should do the key magic part. Tool value not supported. So that's because I should be returning here. So I could return, I could just return okay, true there, I think. Or I could just return nothing. I'd rather return okay, true. But that doesn't seem to look like it worked, so maybe what I need to do in here is spit out the key value. So what I could do is actually I could return the current keys. What's KL doing here? That's all the keys. So this is supposed to take a key that I don't have and push only one copy to my library user, or transfer only one copy to my library user. So it took all of them for some reason. And why did it do that? Because if the current keys does not include it, I add it, and then I add its index. Oh, it's because I need to wrap this in braces if I only want one copy of each to be transferred. So that's how I control that. So if I send them back, Zylob, no. So transfer, oh, they're going to be in different indexes now. Damn. So I'm going to do 18, 19, 20. I wish I could use range parameters in here. 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, send all of those back. Okay, and then, oh, I didn't upload the script. I also didn't minify the script, so got to do that too. Xylib scripts, and then HSM golf utils. I suppose I could watch for now. Oh, damn it. utils.source.js. There we go. So we'll up that. Utils. Okay. Now we'll do this. Okay. So it only sent 3. It's interesting that it didn't send the green ones. So they could just be green versions of the same key, which is interesting to me. I didn't realize you could have the same key with different rarities. What's the point of that? So I can do key and then list true to get a list of all the keys in my library user. Then I can look at one of these keys here, info 41 is XWZ, and it is in there. And if I look at 42, it is 72U. That's in there too. That's interesting. I wonder what benefit that rarity has on the key. I don't know the significance of that. Probably make a note of that at least. Question. Why are some keys more rare but have the same value? I don't know. So that's fine. So I guess the next thing that we could do is also check check the market. So if I do market.browse and I do filter key and then look for just any of these. If I look for 72U, I should get a whole bunch. No? Is that a rare one? What about this one? No? I have a feeling that my filter is not working correctly. Do I just do key? Ah, okay. U, so there's a bunch of these. So that's one option, is I could just really quickly check. So if the current keys so either keep only one copy of the common keys or multiple. I don't want to keep an infinite number though. I have to have some kind of limit here. I'm gonna say 2 copies of keys that aren't found on the market. People are hoarding keys. I know that from what I've read on Discord, is that some people are actually hoarding them. And upgrades in general. So I'm wondering if I could just sell it. Because if I don't sell it, it's going to get culled. Which seems kind of a waste for a rare key. So I think as a safety measure, never cull keys. Never cull leftover keys. These should be done manually. Might even be a good idea to list the key values when the auto call finishes. So this way, I'll run auto call as part of my automation. I'll clean up all the just straight garbage. I'll have a bunch of upgrades left over. Maybe I should just list all the upgrades that I have left over. Because I will have filtered out a bunch of the trash so I can decide what I want to do with the remaining ones if I call them manually. Or if I give the keys to like a second key library user or something like that. Oh, nose is itchy. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's what we're going to do for a start here. So, if it's not included, but I don't have a concept of counts right now. Can you do a count on an array? I suppose I could filter and then do a length after filtering to do a count of how many of them I have. So if the current keys doesn't include it, whoops, or and this is going to be a compound statement, current keys dot filter for v, I guess I should do like y here, where y dot where y is equal to x dot key dot length is equal to 1. So it's not included, or there's only one, and did I tab these correctly? Looks like it. And fs.market.browse. Well, I suppose I could just copy. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to open. Oh, it's pretty straightforward anyway. I don't know why I did it like that. Copy this. I had written most of it out already. Whatever. Brain's not fully active still. Okay. Is that right now? That looks right. And then this is going to be where key is x.key. And then I need to do a length here as well. Length is equal to 0. Or I could use like less than 5 or something. Maybe that's a little better. That aren't found or are rare on the market. Okay. So if it's not included in current keys, or if there's only one of them, and the market has less than 5 of them listed, I am going to keep that one also. So I'll only keep at most 2 copies of keys that I deem rare, which is good enough for now. I don't have an unlimited amount of upgrade storage, so if I get insanely lucky, I can manually shuffle them around if I have to. All right. I think that handles that to do. Mostly, for the most part. Okay. Now I have to cull everything else. So we're going to get all of the unloaded upgrades. We're going to do 4 each. Actually, we're going to do a filter on ones that are not keys. So filter where x dot, I think key. Can I do that? If it's null, I think I just do not x dot key, right? What did I do in the other script I had? Maybe it was here actually, it was just in the whitelist. I had something where I did like not A. Maybe it was in my banking script. Not A. That means no arguments. Is that the same thing in JavaScript? I guess we'll find out. So I can do filter that. Actually, I suppose I could just debug this. And that would tell me the unloaded upgrades that do not have key, presumably. So let's upload that by going back to Xylib here. Up utils. Back to Xylox. Let's check my upgrades again because I forget. There are some keys mixed in there that are duplicates. So this should spit out everything that I have unloaded except for those keys. Presumably. Nope. It returned okay, but debug was supposed to suppress that. I did up it. Why didn't that do what I wanted it to do? Did it not like the multi-line debug maybe? Did this actually end up doing null? What happened here? Perhaps instead I should let, I don't know, x equal this, and then return json.stringify xx. Try that. That's better. So this is the full list of upgrades, their full info. So I just want to make sure there's no keys here at the end. Where are my I's? There's I-39 and I-40. And I don't see my keys in there. Good. That seems to have done what I wanted. Okay. It's just debug is acting weird. Okay, so I filtered down to the not keys. So I've taken all my keys. I've pushed either a single copy or 2 copies of rare keys to my library user. I have a bunch of scripts or a bunch of upgrades left over. I want to delete, I want to call the ones that are automatically trash. So, so I do a filter, and then I do a dot for each, and I get the indexes. So, what do I want? If the rarity is 0 or 1, so if, I think it's just rarity, right? So I think, yeah, it's just rarity. So if the rarity, if x dot rarity equals 0, or x dot rarity equals 1, or this, which I can put here, let toDelete equal this array that's got a bunch of comments in it. Should I probably put this at the top here so that it gets minified correctly? So these are the ones I don't want no matter what, because either they only have 1 rarity or they're garbage. But they may, like a script slot v1, doesn't matter what its rarity is, it's always only going to give me 1 slot, so that doesn't matter. I don't want channel counts ever, I don't care. Some of these will probably get dropped afterward because they're going to fall under rarity 0 or 1. So okay, or if toDel dot includes x dot name, then I am going to go this is being efficient. There should be an efficiency here. I feel like I could reuse new key indexes because I've already done them. So maybe I should call this deletes toDelete. But that's not toDelete. Those are the new key indexes. Indexes. I should do that instead. And then I can empty this. And maybe HSM will like that more for minifying. And then I can do indexes.push x.I. So never call leftover keys. So I can just put that as a comment here. might even be a good idea to list. So I think what I want to do now, well, I have to actually call them. So I can do this pretty much. Except I don't want to return that, I just want to do it. So syscall indexes, and then I pass a confirm. So auto call will not call anything unless I confirm it. So if I don't confirm, I want it to spit out what it would have called. That's not very auto though, is it? But I could use that for troubleshooting, testing. I have plenty of characters left, so maybe I should just do it. And also I may get rid of this culling script anyway. This section, this regular culling tool, because I don't think I'm really going to need it too much at that point. So, what do I do though? Do I just spit out the whole upgrade that it would have called? No. I think what I should do is spit out the name and rarity of... See, I feel like I should colorize the names as well so that they come out the way that they would have in sys.upgrades, just for the sake of having a nicer output. I don't have to, but I want to make some of my scripts look a little bit nicer when they spit stuff out, like on a regular basis, like not just when I'm debugging, but like as just a general practice, because I think a lot of my scripts are pretty bare bones, ugly, one might say. All right. So if confirm, I mean, I can call this no matter what. What happens if I call syscall? If I do sys.call I40, what does it spit out without confirm? Confirm destruction of blank. Oh, so that output's probably fine. Because I could have the same thing come out. Confirm destruction of, and then all the things with confirm true, and that would be true. So the only difference is that I would stop there. Otherwise, I would probably write what's left over. So, what's the difference here? I will conditionally use the output of this script based off of whether or not confirm is true. So I have to let this into something, and then if a.confirm, then return R, else I want to return a list of the upgrades that are remaining after the call. The unloaded upgrades that are left after the call. I think that's just returning you again. Well, specifically this U. Specifically that one. So if confirm, if not confirm. If it's not confirmed, then return the result from this, which is going to be confirmed destruction with confirmed true. Okay, I'm getting pretty close to a destructive check here. Or a destructive test. So let's upload this. I think I'm okay with losing some of this stuff. I'm not sure about the char count v2. This is 1,000. Oh my god. It's 1,000 characters. That's a lot of characters. What am I doing? Here's the question. I was already thinking about this, and that was putting my cracking script and my QR decoder on my library user. Because if I want my automation to be able to rotate through users, I don't want to have a copy of my script on each user. That'd be a pain in the ass to maintain as I make changes, or if something breaks or whatever. It makes more sense to have them on a library user. That's the point of a library, right? So I think I need some like public script v2s though, because I want like one upgrade that gives me a few public slots. Let's go take a look. All right, so hold on. First thing first, I gotta macro this. I need more macros just in general, especially market macros, because it's kind of a pain in the ass to type them all out all the time. So I'm going to transfer 23 to my library user. What's 26 doing for me? It's just one slot, so I'm fine with that. Okay, I think I'm good with everything else. I don't know what the bot brain stuff is doing. I haven't looked at bot brain at all. Oh, the index has changed because I got rid of something. 30. Right, it's cost and cooldown. Cost and cooldown. 63,000 GC every 1,800 seconds? Milliseconds? It's got to be seconds. 18 seconds. Having something run 18 seconds or like 15 seconds is insignificant difference. Okay. All right. So I think it is time. There's a couple of these things I actually want to hand off before I do that, so I think I would like to give my bot user 20, just some of these what am I doing here? 17, 20, and 21. Oh, I have a decimal in there. And then, can I not load 3 here? Am I all full up? Don't know why I didn't have that loaded. Oh well. Okay, so auto call should get rid of all. I don't care about the PvP scripts because these are just left over from I was fucking around with something, and I don't care about that. I'm not interested in PvP right now, so I know I'm gonna get targeted, so I don't have a choice when it comes to defending myself. But okay, so I should be able to do Xylib, utils, and then auto call, and get rid of the rest of this stuff. And it should spit out a list of all of the upgrades that it's going to get rid of. No. Cannot access K before initialization. Cannot access capital K specifically. This could be a problem with the minifieds output. So I want to look for K. K equals K, which equals I. K equals K equals I. And what does I equal? I noticed that it didn't initialize. I don't see a K in here. It's not being letted. That's weird. HSM did not let K. Did I find a bug maybe? Huh. I didn't find a bug. It just did exactly what I told it to, but it was funny about it. Okay. Back to Xylib. Up utils. Back to Xylox. Then call this again. So that took a little while. I think it took a little while because of the market call. Because I'm calling market on each key. That is inefficient. Because if I had 10 keys, I would make 10 calls against the market when I should be doing an in. So I have to make my code more complicated to make the calling more efficient. So I need to, oh man, what a pain in the ass. Okay, so to do here, to do, don't only call market.browse once. So if I take all the keys, if I take all of the keys, what I should be doing I have to go through them again? That seems a little too inefficient. I take all the keys. They're not in the list. Oh man, I'm still not at 100%, so I'm having trouble thinking about this logically. I suppose I could make a second array of potential rares. That's slightly less inefficient. Potential rares, right? And then after I come through here, if current keys does not include it, then push it. No problem there. What's going on with my stuff is out of alignment. So, what's your problem? Oh my goodness. All right. So if it doesn't include it, then I just push it. Nobody cares. Otherwise, if it is in there once, then potential rares dot push x dot key. Actually, I almost want to push x dot key and I, so I have them both at the same time. Okay, so it'll be an array of key and their index. Then after I've done this loop, then I go through the rares and I form a single market call, and then I have to filter the results. I'm doing all this to minimize the amount of market calls I make, not to shrink my code, because this is going to make my code significantly larger, at least in this section. So potential rares for each. So for each potential rare, can I do a join? Can I join just the... This is a JavaScript question. Array.join. Actually, it's just going to be under array methods, I think. I don't think that I can. So I think I have to do it with a for each, the way that I'm doing here. I need the indexes and I need the keys, so it makes sense to store them together in the same object. I need another array. Oh man, seriously? market keys is going to equal another array. I feel like this is... See, this is a JavaScript gap, because I'm pretty sure there would be a more efficient way of doing this in JavaScript if I was better at it. But you learn by doing. So, so I do a for each for this, and I want to take each x dot key, and I want to market keys dot push them. Okay. And then I want to do fs.market.browse, where key is in market keys. Don't I normally send the stream in the hackmud Discord? Yeah, I did. Actually, it's interesting. So I posted it in Fanworks, and then someone in Discord, one of the volunteers said, "Don't post your stuff here." And I said, okay, so I asked in Channel 0 on the Discord, where can I post it? And they said to post it in Fanworks. And then they said, well, go post it in Channel 0 then. I was like, but people in Channel 0, I posted it there originally, and people in Channel 0 said, don't post it here, post it in Fanworks. So I think maybe the moderation team on the hackmud Discord doesn't quite have it figured out what they want that to be like. So I just actually got a ticket from KB, who said that they are discussing it internally right now. They're deliberating. They're going to figure out where they want it to go, which channel, or maybe they make a new channel specifically for them. So I don't want to, you could maybe casually mention in one of the other channels that I'm streaming, but I don't want to rock the boat on that right now while it's being actively deliberated, so I'm just going to leave it where it is for now. I know that there's a bunch of regulars that aren't here either, and I think it's because my normal hackmud, normal / hackmud streams are usually Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, and I was sick yesterday, so I had to bump it to today. So there might just be people that aren't. I think I only have a few people on my Discord where I post my announcements, so I think a bunch of people might have just missed that, and we're just like, oh, I don't know, maybe Xylox isn't streaming today, I don't know, and they'll show up tomorrow. I don't know. So we'll see what they decide, but KB seems to think that that type of content should be postable. Oh, hey Saul, you saw the notification for what it's worth? Thank you. You are on the Discord though, Saul, so yeah, so they're currently deliberating. Yeah, so KB just said, to be extra clear, Twitch stream links are most definitely allowed in the server. So I think it's just a question of where they're going to put it, which is totally cool. So I'm just going to say, that's totally cool. Or I'm just going to say, cool. Okay, so there is going to be somewhere to put it in the near future. All the cool cats are on our Discord. That's not true. That's not true, Saul, because Michael is a cool cat and he's not on our Discord, so. I think maybe it would be appropriate if I did this. Not to overly self-promote, but I am going to, I am just going to pin that just in case, because that's where I posted, I did post the announcement that I was moving the stream, but whatever. Then he ain't a cool cat with K's. He's just a cool cat with C's, which is still pretty cool. I don't know what your definitions are, but okay. Oh, you set him off! Okay. Anyway. Michael.bitches is not a cool cat. Michael.bitches is pretty cool. That's a cool script that I haven't run because I'm not cool enough. Only because I'm not cool enough. All right. So, I'm going to look for all the keys to see if they're in the market. I have to have that equal to R. I don't need to let R again down here. So I'm going to have all the keys from the market. Potentially, I have to go through these responses now. And I have to go through these responses. No. I am going to go through the potential rares again. I don't like this. I don't like this. That I'm doing this loop twice is bothering me. Go through the potential rares again. And if R dot if R dot filter a Y where Y dot key equals X dot key, that will be all of the market entries for this potential rare. Do a length, which will give me the count of them on the market. And if the length is less than 5, then I am going to consider that rare enough to keep a single I have to do this to make sure that they only show up in potential rares once. Oh, hey, Jorstar, what's up? And thank you, Michael, for the posture check.
Rondo's
And hydrate. Everybody's
Yeah,
caring for me
it's
today.
got electrolytes.
What are electrolytes? Do you even know?
It's what they use to make Brondo.
Yeah, but why do they use them to make Brondo?
Brondo's got electrolyte.
I love that clip. I know it's a little too long, but I don't care. It's so funny. Yeah, welcome in, Jorstar. How you doing? Thanks for coming by. Okay, so if there are less than 5 of these keys on the market, then I am going to index to DB. I don't even know where that got completed from. Indexes.push xi, which is the index of that key in my upgrades list. So at the end of this, I will have only called market.browse once for all of the keys, and then checked all of their rarities. What is wrong with this? Parenthesis. Semicolon expected. The fuck? Semicolon. You've been bashing your head on shell scripts at work. Ooh. What kind of shell? At least during work hours. Yeah, even then though, there's still a limit even when you're being paid, right? Corn shell. Corn shell. Is this like a corn, or is this leading to a corn nuts advertisement? Corn shell. I've never heard of corn shell. Is it like... Michael broke your Windows server. Bin KSH. Interesting. I've never seen corn shell before. And Michael, you broke your whole Windows server. At work? Like your personal Windows server or your work Windows server? Yeah, see, it broke because... Why does it want a semicolon? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, because it's supposed to be else if. That's funny that it didn't give me that error before I added the parenthesis. Okay. Corn shell's an older shell. At work they used to use AIX and not Red Hat like they are now. No one told you you were allowed to use bash. So you've what, like written yourself into a corner now? A corner? It's a corn shell pun. I don't have to do any... Man, you know, it's so funny because like all the programming I've done, I've never actually had to do any Unix stuff. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever had a job where I worked with Unix. I'm bad. Yeah, all puns are bad. Even good puns are bad. Bash has some quality of life stuff over corn, but fairly similar. Okay, sound like a precursor, I guess, like just like a downgrade. Or the, yeah, it just came first, right? I wonder why they keep it. Just backwards compatibility? I don't know. I don't know much about shell types, I guess they'd be called. Okay, so at the end of this, I have my potential rares where I push an additional copy of that index. Okay, so then I'm going to take this to do. I'm going to put it up here, and I'm going to go ensure we only call market browse once for all keys. Okay. You know, I have to actually make working scripts, which is interesting. Used to PowerShell and normal object-oriented programming. Yeah, I've used a bunch of PowerShell stuff for sure, and like done CSX scripts. So this is C# scripts that you can execute from PowerShell. It's just straight C#. Like you can do all your usings and import packages and stuff. PowerShell is easy, yeah. It's easy compared to the very limited experience that I have using bash shell scripts. It's funny because Saul, you'll probably find this funny. I started getting into the scripting inside Space Station 13. It's like I can't get away from it. As an engineer in Space Station 13, you can do all of this. Actually, I think it's bash shell scripting, which is interesting. I didn't think about that until just now, Jorstar, but So I actually have just like yesterday and today just started looking into bash scripting because of a different game. You can do some wild stuff though, Saul. You can like bypass all kinds of station security if you know what you're doing. It's funny because in that game too, you're using the scripting to hack, but it's in the game you're hacking. I don't know how I keep ending up. I've never played a code hacking video game before, and I keep bumping into it. It's very simple though. It's nothing like this. It's very simple stuff. Bash can only return an int between 0 and 255. Yeah, and that seems pretty typical of a lot of like executable command line, right? Because they only return a code. Like in the older style stuff, you would only return a code. And if you want it to display something to the user, you display something specifically. So the end of your script, yeah, you would like echo something and then return 0 to mean that the script executed successfully. The thing is, the speed of shell scripts is still way better than Python. I mean, shell scripts is one step below an interpretive language, I think, right? Maybe. Or a compiled language, anyway. Because Python is a compiler, right? So the shell scripts don't need to compile. Alright. So that should be faster. So I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to up utils. I'm going to go back to my primary user. I'm going to try calling auto call again. It should be faster now because it'll only make a single market call. Potentially my script legitimately found less than 5 copies of each of those keys because I don't know what values they were and I didn't log them. And then if I run it again, no, it's just not working correctly. Fuck. If you wanted if function with the return I, you would have to do function name. If dollar something equals 1. I guess I'm going to take your word for it, Joestar, because it sounds like you've been working on it more recently than me. Oh, dollar question marks is the last function that ran. Interesting. Okay, so my key... Something about my key transfer stuff is not working correctly. And I think part of that reason might be because my key list part of the utility script that lists all of the keys in my library is not returning any counts. Before I pretty this up, which I should do, my keyboard just slid. Prettify. I think what I need to do is return a non-set version of my keys. I want to return all the keys, including duplicates, so that my autocall behaves properly. Because right now, if I have 5 copies of a key in my library, it comes back into autocall as I only have 1. Still haven't used HSE. I haven't yet, Jorstar. It's on my list to get to, but I haven't had like any time. I've been sick this week, so I haven't really had any time to do much of anything. You got your Rodecaster Pro coming tomorrow. Congratulations. That's your new sound mixer, right? The digital one? That's exciting. I love getting new toys. I don't care what they are. I just love getting new toys. It's very exciting. I've been kicking around the idea of getting like a desk mic, like a standalone one that like lots of other streamers use, because I know this one, the sound quality is not super great, but also it would let me, on games like Hackmud, where I don't really need to hear anything, I'd be able to take my headphones off, which would be nice too. But just, yeah, like looking at it and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, new toy. New toy. It's not horrid. The sound quality's not horrid. That's good. Need half the cables I use now, and that's good too. Less cables is always better. Okay, so I'm going to change this to an array, the key list thing. And then this has to, instead of add, has to become k.push x. And then I can just return k here. So back to library user. Back to library user, and then up utils. Okay, I can actually do the key here. I can do the list test here anyway. Okay, so I have a bunch of duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates of the XWZ one. So I should be able to send all of these to my other user. I think I want to do that first. So we're going to move some of these here because it's going to be a little, jeez. No, it's not. I'm just going to have to send a whole bunch. We're going to do 2 Xylox. The I is going to be a big, huge thing of like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25. All those keys. Switch back to Xylox here. Jorstar, the issue you have is use an analog mixer now. So to get just the mic output to your PC for Discord, you need to use the aux output into a passive digital box, I'm assuming, into the PC, and the motherboard has a horrid static in the mic port. Ugh. That sounds complicated. I'm assuming your headset is like pretty high quality because you do sound mixing, so you don't just want to replace it. Direct box, okay. And you just made a new user for your bank. Start of your user base. Yeah, right? I'm probably gonna have to make more than just a bank user. I think as I start acquiring keys, especially if I'm gonna be keeping multiple copies of the ones that I deem rare, I'm probably gonna need a couple library users, or like at least have another user that is just more keys, like backup keys maybe. But then I have to start thinking about how to manage keys and total keys across multiple users, so bot brains might come into play, or a database, or whatever. I don't know. We'll get there though when we get there. I don't have to worry about that for this stage. Alright, so if I do xylib utils, auto call. Okay, what this should do now, it should send ideally 1 copy of each key. It did send less keys. It only sent 2 green keys, and I had 3 of them, so it didn't send all of them. So if I run it again, it should not send any more keys. Okay, good. And if I do key and do list true, I should only get at most 2 copies. 2 uplaws, 2 XWs, 2 72s. Okay, so that looks like it's working now. Good. So the 72s and the 72s, really? I have a feeling my rarity detection's not quite working correctly there, because that doesn't look really rare to me. Unless there's something wrong with my filtering. No, that's the right key. So what did I do here? Man, I think the biggest pain in the ass is that I think the biggest pain in the ass about testing this is I have to keep juggling users while I'm testing this one, because this is specifically has to be done with 2 separate users, my library user and another user that has the keys. So there's something wrong with this maybe. So I'm going to debug, actually, let's debug the potential rares that come out of here. We'll debug the market keys, which should be so potential rares should be the keys and their indexes. The market keys should be just the keys, and then I want to debug R here. R dot no, I don't want to debug R there. That's a bad idea. What did I just hit by mistake there? I think I just hit Control Up. I don't want to debug R there. I want to debug this, I think. Okay. And then I have to transfer this key back so I can use it to test with. That's perfect. Uh, 22. And then I saved this, right? Yeah, so up utils. Back to my user. I think Twitch is saying that we've got an ad coming up in a minute, so I'm gonna wait 40 seconds here to see if my alert fires, and then I think I'm gonna just let the ad run and take a very quick bathroom break in the meantime. So let's wait a few seconds here and see what happens, but I should be able to run my auto call and see what that spits out now. That did not spit out what I wanted it to. It didn't spit out my debugs for some reason. That's weird. Alright, yeah, okay. So it did, my announcement did work. It's just a little slow. Okay, so I'm gonna go take a quick break and let this ad run, and then I'll be right back. All right. Is the ad still running? Looks like it's running. I can't tell. Doesn't look like it. There's something wrong with my timer for that notification, so let's take that off. And just hope that that ad finished, so I'm not a promise breaker, an oath breaker, by promising to pause and then not pausing. Okay, so what is going on here? First of all, I lost my key, which shouldn't have happened. And second of all, my script didn't put any debug stuff out, which it should have done. Why didn't it do either of those two things? Okay, let's try it again. Try it again. Albert Einstein said, insanity, the definition of insanity is trying the same thing and expecting different results. So I'm going to try a little bit of insanity here. So first thing is, let's send that upgrade back. I want to just make sure, like, I saved this. It seems to have generated. Popping out, okay. See you, Saul. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. But otherwise, I would love to play some Space Station 13 or Helldivers or something with you on Friday if you got time. But yeah, have a great night. All right. Sounds good. Awesome. Okay, see you later, bud. Okay, so it changed the length, so I'm assuming that it is maybe actually saving now. So up this again. Xylib utils autocall. What am I missing here? What do I have? No, true. Okay, hold on. Potential rares should be an empty array, so I would still have expected to see something get written here. Same with market keys. It would have been empty also. And then R would have been empty. R would not have been... R would have been empty also. Does debug not work if you're trying to debug an empty array? I would have expected to see an empty array. not like a string version of it. Also, there is something here, and that is I should do if market keys length is greater than 0. I don't want to run this market check unnecessarily. So that's one thing I can change, but I would have expected to see. So stringifying this should come out with null at the very least. You know what I'm gonna do? Frig. I'm gonna switch to my bank user. I'm gonna buy another one of these keys so that I have a third one. I think that's the best test I can do here because I only have 2. Wait a minute. No, I don't. I have 3. Okay. Go back to Xylib. Up the utils. Okay. This next one should get rejected. It should get rejected. It shouldn't send a third copy of this key. That will be the test that it's working, because the library user already has 2 of this key. So auto call. Okay, that's fine. And that's because I am letting it outside of this loop. I am using inside the loop here and outside of the loop here. That's okay. So back to Xylib. That's a good sign though, because that means it was going to go hit the market to do a count. So that's good. That's good. Okay, auto call. There. So it detected that the key was not rare. No, hold on. What the fuck? No. The problem is it isn't rare. I forgot what I was doing. The problem is the key's not rare, so it shouldn't be keeping a second one. That's the issue here. Not that it's not doing it. It's doing it. It's doing it and it shouldn't be doing it. Where's my X for... And also, it's still not, what the fuck is going on? Why is it not debugging my... I feel like the latest version... I feel like something's gone wrong here. Something has gone wrong. The keylist function is supposed to now be returning an array, including duplicates. These should... Is this how I do debug? Have I just like been so away from hackmud that I can't remember it? I'm just sanity check here. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm not stupid. At least not that stupid. So how come these aren't returning... Like, this is pretty straightforward. That should return that list that I get. Up utils, 1736. Oh, I'm very close to my character limit. I didn't even realize that. I'm gonna load that bad boy right there. That should help. 2765 is better. Okay, but 1736, that's the right size. It's utils.js. I am watching utils source.js. It seems kind of crazy to me. If I just do key list true, I'm getting duplicates in this list. Auto call. Sorry, user Xylox. Let's do list from here. Oh, sorry about that. Yep, I'm seeing my duplicates. So, man, this is kind of blowing my mind. I'm getting some unexpected behavior here. Why are my debug messages not showing up? This one should have shown up. These debugs are supposed to suppress the return result, which is this. Alright, you know what? Just return current keys. Just... I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Keep doing the same thing over and over again here. Up, utils, user Xylox, xylib.utils, autocall. Okay. So I'm not crazy. Debug is not working. It's just broken? It's just stopped working? That's gonna make this a huge pain in the ass. Why is it doing that? It's just broken. Debug's broken now? I don't see why this wouldn't have worked. Okay. Oh, fine. So I have to find another way to debug this. So I'm just going to return potential rares here. And I should get this is not what I wanted to spend my time doing today. I wanted to have this autocall thing done. This is supposed to be quick, these stupid key management. This should return potential rares. Perfect. So that's working. So out of my potential rares, I should have market keys, which should be just the key portion. Can't believe I have to do it like this. Users xylib up utils user Xylox. Okay, that's correct as well. So if the market keys dot length is greater than 0, which it is, it's 1, it's going to go and hit market.browse, which again, unless I'm crazy, is full sec. Okay, sanity check everything here. It'll do market.browse. I'm just going to run this command myself, where key is in, and then it'll be just this key, but it'll be an array of them. Is it an array? Maybe that's a problem. It's supposed to be an array. I'm supposed to get a whole bunch of things. And then I'm supposed to filter down let's just return R here. Just have to keep returning early to debug because the debug's not working for some reason. Sorry, one sec. Ugh, still not feeling great. Go back to my... Okay, run auto call. This should spit out the market response. Okay, yeah, because it looks like a lot, right? They're all key v1s. Fuck, I see the problem. They don't have the key value in them. I have to do full true. Fuck. I don't know, that doesn't explain why any of my debugs aren't working, but that explains why my rarity check isn't working. So I have to do, I think I have a shortcut for this, right? FT. So I can do, oh, where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. So I can do FT of this. Thank you, Smork, wherever you are. This should return the full data. It's a pain to have to keep switching back and forth, but I don't know, I don't have another option. I don't know why that debug's not working right now. That'll return nothing. It is full true, right? It's not. Can you only do full true with... Fuck. I can't do this call like this. So the issue is that you can't do full call without, you have to do an I think, right? To do a full call. You can't do a full call on a list of results. Or you can't use full true without having I. So if I just do filter, if I do key in, I can't do full true. So the issue is I damn. I have to do more than one market call. I have to do a market call per key. I have no way. So if I do where key is in this, the idea was I get all the keys. I get all the market results for, let's say, 4 different key values that I have. Get them all in one market call. Then go through and break them up into the keys themselves to check how many of each one is in the whole result set. But I can't do that because the key value from the market call doesn't come back when you do an in search. So if I had 4 keys, if I had 10 keys that I already had copies of, I have to make 10 market calls to check the market rarity for them. That's too much. My script will time out. Fuck. What do I do with this? Fuck. I gotta think for a second here. Damn it, man. So I think instead I have to have... Can a script call itself? Oh, it doesn't matter, it's still in the same execution window. Fuck. That sucks, man. I don't think that there's an easy way to do that. Either I need to know what the rare key values are in hard code for them, or I have to rely on out of process automation, doing the rarity check, because I'll need to do too many calls to the market. Fuck. Okay, well, that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be. So, I have to pivot, right? Like, sometimes you just have to pivot because what you want to do is actually not possible. So, well, that sucks because all this potential rare detection code. So, what I am going to do is I am going to keep this here, and I am going to, so if I take, okay, let's clean this out first. I don't need potential rares, don't need these braces anymore, I don't need potential rares, okay, that's fine. So I want rarity 0s and 1s, oh, except for keys. Oh, I'm already filtering keys. KK. Find non-key. Just make that easier. Okay. So I will push only one copy. Actually, don't need this else if at all. I am going to make a key rarity search. I have a key and a key search. And I'm just going to paste this garbage here. I think I already have a key value parameter. I have a key parameter. Okay, so what's going to happen is I am going to set up my utility script so that my out-of-process automation can call for each surviving key from the auto call. It will call and check the market for each key, and if any of them are rare, then it will send the copies. That's the only thing I can do. If I have a really, really big list of key upgrades, auto call will choke because it won't be able to do all those market calls in 5 seconds. And I don't think that I need my auto call to have a continuation token. That seems kind of preposterous. It doesn't seem right to me, so. Okay. So I'll just set this up so that this will be key will be I don't need the full anymore. So I just want to do where key is equal to a.key. Too many braces there. And then it'll just do if r.length is less than 5. Actually, it's just going to do... Oh, so save some more room here. Return... Return that dot length less than 5. Key search, key check, key. I suppose I could just return the length. Key search, key count, key search. The name's not really super important right now. Okay, so now I have a key search that my out-of-process automation can at least call on the surviving keys from autocall, and autocall will not call keys at all. It'll send one of each key that it finds. It'll send any key that it finds that my library user doesn't already have for sure. Just send it. Otherwise, it just leaves them. Just leaves them sitting there. Otherwise, it should call the rest of this stuff. Alright. It's the best I can do, unfortunately. Okay. I think this is the dupe, right? 72U. So I should be able to now do key search on each of these. Key search And the key val can be this one. Market keys is not defined. Did I leave something? Huh? Oh. I don't need that at all. $215. Not rare. Not rare at all. I have to make a note in my plan here for out of process automation, support for tier 2, utilize Xylab utils tool key search to detect left support for tier 2. I think I have to do use Xylab utils. I guess I can just say auto call and use utils key search to detect rarity of leftover keys. Whatever, I'll know what to do with that when I get there. All right. So now auto call. Okay. I'm on, let's go back to, whoops, not sir. Use sir. All right, I'm going to send all the keys again. Nope, that's supposed to be 2. I is going to be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All the keys. Auto call. Only sent some keys, but also got mad about reference to R because I didn't let it here. That's fine, because I'll want to run it twice anyway to check the keys to make sure it's not doing anything funny with them, with the duplicates. So up utils, back to Xylox, auto call, perfect. Sent no keys. But now I want to check all of these. 38, 39, 40, 41, 41, 42. I'm pretty sure none of those are rare. So I think what I want AutoCall to do, since I can't detect the rarity, I think I want it to at least spit out the keys in the results. Fixed it yet? So, I have to work around it because market.browse doesn't work the way that I needed it to work. So I have to detect the rarity of the surviving keys manually or through my out of automation process. So I'm trying to just make it a little bit easier by having autocall report the list of keys that survived. So I basically just have to form up the result here. What rarity? It's the rarity of the key itself, and like not like hackmud upgrade rarity. The drop rate really isn't pushed, right? I'm not sure what you mean by pushed. Like I don't know how rare, like shown. No, the drop rate is not shown, at least nowhere that I've seen it. I don't know if some people seem to, like in the hackmud Discord, seem to have like some knowledge of which keys are rare and which ones aren't, but I don't have that knowledge. So the alternative is, if I knew that, I could just hard code the rare keys, but I don't know it. So right now all I'm doing, my rarity check to see, like I should say like drop rate rarity, right, check, is to see if there's less than 5 of them listed on the market. If there's less than 5 of them listed on the market, then I consider that rare enough to keep. The people that have played for a long time have a list of keys and their drop rates. Yeah, I think they do too, but I don't. So this is what I have to do instead, is just hope that this is good enough for now. This isn't super important right now in tier 2. It'll be more important in tier 3 when I start getting lockjaws and start losing them, right? Because losing a rare key to a lockjaw is really going to screw me. The market is unreliable. I know, but it's all that I have. Some keys are never on it. I know. But like, I'm open to suggestions, but I think it's the best that I can do right now. Is there like a... Oh, there was, wasn't there public script that listed keys? What was it? Was it a DTR script? There are multiple. Do you know which one is the most reliable or performative? I saw one. And it was one that I had to like spam. I think this was like a while ago when I was trying to get key values for tier 1 for lockets. And I had to like spam it over and over and over again to get it to work. Most of them you have to spam. They use a ton of memory or take too long. I mean, that's fine, Joestar, because I don't actually need to call it repeatedly. I just want the keys. I'll hard code them if I have to, if the rarity is visible. Do you have the names of any of those? Because I could use them, I think. You heard it's incomplete. Which one is it? I'll take incomplete. Because otherwise I have to use my market test. Maybe that will end up with me holding too many copies of keys. You gotta check your macro file. All right. Yeah, so in the meantime, though, I still need to spit those key values out. So the question is, so what do I have this returning right now? It calls them. Man, VS Code really doesn't like that indentation. So Notaricon keychain. Yeah, I think that's the one that I was using before too. So if I go here where I have all my keys, and this is basically the exact same problem that I was gonna have with my auto call, is I would have to call market.browse too many times, which I think is what Notaricon's doing here. I could do it with a continuation token, now that I have my continuation token stuff working, so I could just run it and it'll say timed out, please run again, right? And it can slowly build up the results in a database record, and then when it completes, it can spit out the database record and delete it to clean up after itself. But Notaricon's keychain, I think, has a list of keys in it, in the code somewhere, probably, right? Like, I wish I could kind this script and see what it's doing. Man, this is really, really poorly behaved. Not blaming Notaricon or anything. I just think, yeah, like you said, George, the market is just really slow. This is straight up not working. And I can't, like, I could use my continuation token logic to scrape the market like Notaricon's doing here, but ultimately that information is useless to me because I need to know all of the... It's on Git. Oh shit. Okay. Well, that helps. Thank you, Jorstar. Trying to find stuff on Google is fucking dead internet theory, right? Man. Yeah, good girl. Okay, so are these, so there's a bunch of keys. Certainly not all of them. Those are just the ones that Locket uses, right? Key bank. He only checks the ones he knows about. There are 16 of each tier of key. Locks such as Locket require you to know the values of tier 1 keys. Lockbox and Lockjaw require you to have them in your slots and or loaded. To begin, start with the 8 most common tier 1 keys Each Tier 1 NPC adds one of the remaining keys to the market. Hacking any Tier 1 also gives you access to 16 Tier 2s. Each Tier 2 adds a Tier 2 key to the market. What is he talking about? Each Tier 2 adds a Tier 2 key to the market. If you destroy a Tier 2 NPC, it puts a key onto the market? Is that what he's talking about? It leaks a key onto the market? To hack all the things, to get all the keys, to make higher tiers easier, or hope for luck when you loot an NPC. I don't understand that. Keys leak onto the market from hacking NPCs? That can't be true. Each Tier 1 NPC adds one of the remaining keys to the market. Hacking any Tier 1 gives you access to 16 Tier 2s. What does that mean? Hacking any Tier 1 also gives you access to 16 Tier 2 keys. He's talking about key alchemy. I don't know. Maybe? This is Tier 3 stuff. So, like, I think the problem is, so with Locket, these are just the Tier 1 keys, right? There's supposed to be 16 of them. There's something called key alchemy you can do with the market. Not sure how it works, but basically destroy Tier 1 keys in the market, and it gives a higher tier key. What? I am so confused right now about these keys. I mean, there's more than 16 keys here in Locket, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, for sure. For sure there are. So there's a ton of keys here. These aren't the Tier 1s. Let me go back here. Begin your collection. Start with the 8 most common Tier 1 keys on the market. So, presumably, Natarkon means go to the market and buy the 8 most common Tier 1 keys and put them into your library or the list of keys that you have, and then start hacking Tier 1 NPCs. That's the instruction here. I think that's what I'm interpreting. So then each Tier 1 NPC will add one of the remaining keys, one of the remaining 8 keys to the market. Hacking any Tier 1 gives you access to 16 Tier 2s. Either hack all the things. This is not clear enough of a description for me to understand. Scans your upgrade list for all known lockets, and if missing, tries to find them on the market. You think, you think Tier 1 NPCs can drop Tier 2 keys when you crack them if you're Tier 2? Maybe. That's not really what that's not really... Doesn't say anything here about what tier I should be during this process. But presumably you can't really breach most tier 2 NPCs, because if you get a lockbox that requires a tier 2 key, you're blocked because you can't even buy them or equip them. No, tier 1 NPCs couldn't possibly drop tier 2 keys. You can't hold a tier 2, like a key V2. You can't hold it when you're tier 1. You can't hold any V2 upgrades. So that can't be right either. Okay, so... Frig. So there are... 54 keys, 16 on each tier with 3 tiers, right? Sorry, 48. 48 keys in total. Is that right? I had a big list of keys in here somewhere. Not keys.js. I had like a keys.txt. Here it is. I think that's the list. 1, 2, 3. Well, I can just do 22 minus 67 is 68. 67, 66, 65. Doesn't quite add up. I think I removed the one. There were 2 with question marks in here. Is the last one Y11 DC5? Sorry, I'm hiding something. So I had this list that I think I stole from one of the times when I got through Natarakon's thing. So if it starts with VC2 and ends in Y11, where is it? Keychain? No. It does end in Y11. I may have rearranged the beginning though. And these ones had some question marks. I think let me just copy the damn thing. And we'll start with that. So we're going to, in selection, replace comma with $1. No, I want to like do a regex replace there, comma with a /n. Damn it, it's not using regular expressions, that's why. Can I do $1 now? Nope. Fuck. Can I do /n now? There we go. I don't know, kind of feels like there's more in that top list than this bottom list. Why is that? $70 to $101. That's 31. 22. to 67 is more than 31. Oh, okay. We're gonna ad break coming up. So there's some overlap in keys. I mean, this is the list that I presumably got from Nataricon running it. And apparently this one that he has baked into his script has less. So there may be some amount of magic going on here, or this is an old version. Anyway, we got an ad coming up, so I'm gonna take a break and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I will be right back. All right. Still got a bit of an ad break here. Okay. There look to be a lot of keys not on the market. That's really unfortunate. So I don't know how to detect the rarity, and I'm worried that okay, hold on. This feels kind of like a pivoting day today. I've had a few problems I've had to pivot. I could start tracking their stats in my own database. And then like I can let my thing run on automation for a little bit. I have to do that anyway because I need to actually farm some keys. So I could start running some automation and just tracking all of the keys that I loot, and then just doing a statistical distribution. It's not perfect, but it would at least give me an idea. That's what you would do? Okay. So, I'll leave that key search because it's like 3 lines of code. Okay, so I need to work on, before I do that, I'm gonna get rid of all this because I actually want this stuff. It kind of looks like I have a lot of work to do with keys, surprisingly. There's like a lot of key stuff that I have to do. Have a think about key rarity, and I think this probably means adding stats into auto call. Run a DB document for keys. And yeah, and then I can track, like I can increment them every time they drop. But I need to know like where to do it because I want to have it baked into my automation somehow. So either I could have autocall do it because it's already cycling through all the keys. Because I have to call them. I have to call them, I think, because I don't know what the rarity is. So I think the bad news is that, yeah, I could potentially lose a super rare key at the beginning while I'm gathering my statistics. Do I check if I have it in storage? Yes, but I'm only keeping 1. Right? That's why I wanted to check the rarity. So this is like I have this autocall script here, and the idea is I'm going to call this, and it's going to do a bunch of baked-in logic. Some of it I got from Smork, and one of the things it does is it calls my library user and gets a list of all the keys that my library user has, and then it says, if any of the keys I have in my other user, the one that's running the script, aren't in that list in my library, I send them. The rest of them, I was going to check their rarity and then send copies and then call the remaining ones. Since I can't do that rarity check, I think I am going to, I think what I have to do is as I go through all the keys, I'm going to have to tally all of them in autocall, all of them. And then modify the stats in my database. The problem, the problem is if I run my automation on more than one user, they're gonna have different databases, which is fine, I guess. I'll just have to manually add them all together across users and then run the stats myself, I guess. I mean, I have to do that calculation on my own in like a spreadsheet or something. You're going to use a bank user, a script user, an upgrade user, and a key user. So my script user and my key user right now are the same, because other than having like, I mean, I guess it depends. I'm probably gonna have to separate my key and script users. I could have a management script on my main user that calls the script of the other user to get the stats and then store them from their databases. No, you can't access another user's database. Any DB commands are run from the user's current context, I think. So you could do it with bot brains, but I just don't think that bot brains. I think what I would do is I would just like take the 3 database records from my 3 users that I'm using on automation. The DB runs on the script owner. No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Because otherwise, actually, that's a really good question. How else would Wismud run? Yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. Oh wow, actually that's actually a really good point, Joystar, because what that means is if I moved my cracking script to my library user, all of the stuff that I have saved in my database will go missing. My prime numbers will go missing. All the keys from the database will go missing. And the data check answers will go missing because I didn't kind them. See, I lose, Joystar. I just lost. You were kinding all of these things from the very beginning, and that's what I should have done too, because now I'm at a loss. Oh well, you live and learn. What can you do, right? Whatever. At least I know now how to kind them. I didn't at the beginning. I was more comfortable with databases than kinding at the beginning when I started writing this, so that's what I did. And I can make a DB script. Yeah, I was thinking of adding a DB management to my utils, but make a DB script that pulls all the data and then sends it to the library user. I think it's too complicated. So I think I'm just going to have the auto call script. Fuck. Part of my automation plans was to move this cracking script to my library users so that all my users could use it. And now I have to move all my fucking shit out of the database. Fuck. Okay. Damn it. To do. Kind these DB lists so that the script is not tied to a user. I can make something that gets the data from the DB. I don't need to, because all I have to do is just return. Right after this line, I just have to return P, and it'll just go, and it'll just spit it out. I don't have to do anything fancy. Same with this. I can just go return JSON stringify D, and it'll just go, and I'll dump the dictionary, and then I just copy it and paste it. It's not a big deal. My continuation token. That's fine. What else am I using the database for? That's continuation token, that's it. at least in there. I don't use a database for my util script. I don't use a database for my ATM script. I don't think I use it for my QR solver. Fuck. The version chart and the block group table. Those are ugly ones too. Look at this. It's so stupid because you know what I did? I already have it in a fucking comment. I could have just kind this thing if I knew what kind was when I was writing my QR solver. Damn it. That's a block. There's the version chart. See all the versions I support? But I think hackmud only does these 3. So I like have all this crap. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that needs to move into these need to be kind to untie from or unpair from the user. If you use HSC, it'll just kind it for you. I know. I'm gonna get there. Let me explain my resistance to this. I hate changing my tooling. I hate it. It's the least enjoyable part of development for me. I hate fucking around with tools. I just want a tool that works, that I don't have to change, and then I get used to the tool, and that's like, I don't want to. It's why I still use Visual Studio for C#. And I could be doing my Visual or my C# stuff in VS Code, or I could be doing it in like Vim or something, but I don't because I'm stuck in my ways. I'm stuck in my ways with my tools. I just get too used to them. Your C# is in Visual Studio? I mean, I see people do C# in all kinds of development environments, but it's just like, you'd only really change to Rider. I have not heard of Rider. Is it like a text editor, or is it like a full what's that word for it? I'm totally drawing a blank. Like a whole environment. Is it just a text editor or an environment? Like Visual Studio. You have a file called consts and you just import it. Rider is made by JetBrains. Oh, that's the Java stuff, right? I haven't touched that. Either. I haven't done Java. Java's like another thing I haven't touched since college. It's a very long time ago. ReSharper. I have heard of ReSharper. I don't think I've used ReSharper though. It's what you use in VS. Is that a linter, or is that like a rules? Is that like an analyzer thing? Because I've used a few different analyzers, but I don't think I've done a linter. I guess I do my linting manually because friggin' I just get style warnings that I have to manually fix. Okay, so man, we just kind of bounced all over the place there. It's a linter analyzer. I think we use like Style Cop is the one that we use. We use Style Cop, and we have another thing that we use. I can't remember the name of it. Rider has it all built in. Used to use PHP Storm for C#, or presumably for PHP. For PHP and JS. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to spit out the key. Oh, no. Oh, God. I have to gather requirements gather. Okay. So when I auto call, find new keys and put them in the library. Man, what a disaster to do. Count all the keys and add their stats into the DB. For Python, you would probably use PyCharm. That sounds pleasant. Oh, that's like Snake Charmer. That's funny, I get that. That's good. Whoever named that, that's clever. Okay, so we have to count all the keys that we get. Find new keys and queue them to be sent to the library. Okay, and then what I need to do while I'm in here is I have to have a database. I have to have a database. I have to copy my database code because I always forget how it works. JetBrains makes pretty decent IDEs. IDE, that's what I was looking for, the term. The downside is they run on Java. And the upside is they run everywhere. You know, I have three three-letter name users. I don't know if all the single-letter name users are taken, like all the alphabet users. Oh, pardon me. All right. So let me do this. I think actually I want to use the variation from this. First, and then I want to check if CT is not equal to null. That's kind of the same thing I want to do here. So I want to do this. We're going to have a let key stats is going to be an array. It's going to be a dictionary. Hold on. JSON object is a dictionary. So key stats equals this, and I'm going to have a DB document that's called key stats, I guess. And then if KST is not equal to null, then key stats is going to equal kst dot v. Okay. All single letters are taken. Yeah, not surprising, I guess. I mean, in a way, it's kind of surprising that none of them have been retired. The 2 letters are not. What about the numbers? Can you have a user that's just a number? You accidentally just made QA? You should take QC as well. QA and QC. You could have a qc.test, and then it does something funny. Or you could do, you can't start a user with a number. So you could do, you could have like qc.test, and you could try making your own lock sim. Okay, so key stats is going to be an object. It's going to be an empty object the first time I run it. For each key, I need to add this key to key stats. So if key stats at x.key is equal to null, then what we're going to do is we're going to do key stats at x.key equals 1. I think that works. Otherwise, we're going to do key stats at x.key plus plus. That should work, right? QC is available. What happened is you typed user DA and it was available. Then I got rid of DA and made it QA without realizing it already placed user with create user. Oops. I don't know if there's the same. I think there's a more forgiving cooldown on retiring a VLAN user. I think that's what I heard. I'm not sure about that. But you could just keep QA and QC. I think those are pretty good ones for 2 letters. Retiring a VLAN user is instant, you think. Okay. So you can always get rid if you don't want it. But I think QA and QC is pretty funny to have if you wanna have some meme users. Okay, so I'm gonna take key stats. If it's null, I should be able to create it with a value of 1. Otherwise, I should be able to increment it. And then when I'm done, so this will give me all the stats, but now I have to make sure that I call all my keys. So I'm not doing this, or I'm gonna comment that out for now. So this will delete all rarity 0 and 1 keys, unfortunately. And there's nothing that I can do about that right now without having access to the rarity data. So I'm gonna build my own rarity data by recording stats as I automate. I think that's the only thing I can do on my own right now. Okay. So then I have to make sure after all of this that I upsert this. Why don't you keep one of every key and don't care about rarity? That is what I'm doing, Jorstar. So I'm keeping one of every key on my library user. But if I have more than one, I'm just going to cull it, but I'm going to increment my counter in my database. So after running, after automating on a bunch of tier 1 users, for example, I should have in my database some kind of statistical data for all the keys that I've found so far. And there may be some that I have that don't have an entry in my stats at all because I haven't run into them during my automation. And those might be the rare ones. That might just be enough data on its own. It's just running it on automation for, a couple days or whatever. That might be enough. And then I'll have to do the same thing with the tier 2 keys. That's my plan right now. You would just run it for hours? Hours and not days? Well, I mean, Hours, days, weeks, who keeps track? Yeah, I mean, like at some point I'll have to pull the plug on it, and I want to make sure that I've given myself at least enough data. So we'll see. Anyway, the first step is to just be storing it. So after I cull, I will store by doing db upsert. I will do key stats, and the value, I think, this is what you do. Value is key stats. Make a couple tier 1 users that do tier 1s. So I have 255 hardlines per user. Yeah, I think my one user is still I think I still have the one user that's tier 1. 255 hardlines per user. You mean in a 24-hour period? Is that what you're talking about? You wonder what the drop rate is in tier 1 for tier 1 keys and tier 2 for tier 1 keys. So Smork and I were talking about this a while back, and what we think is that you may have a lower chance of getting a tier 1 key, of any tier 1 key, off a tier 2 user, because if it works like similar to like how other games work with like loot pools, if it draws from like a key pool, if it's like, hey, you got a key dropped, and it goes in to pick from a pool of keys, if the pool is smaller, your chance is higher. So if they dilute the pool by adding tier 2 keys into it, your chance of getting a rare tier 1 is lower than if the pool was just tier 1 keys. Now, you know, we don't have any insight into how the loot is picked or rolled or anything like that. So that's like a wild guess. We have no idea. But you definitely can't get tier 2 keys with tier 1 users, so that might be the safest. And again, like, you also get more hardlines on a tier 1 user. So you heard people have not seen many of the certain tier 1 keys, but most are doing tier 2 or 3 users. Yeah, I wonder. It's possible. But I think the main problem that I'm going to have is my bot user. My bot user is going to run out of upgrades really quickly. My bot user doesn't need like any upgrades, really. I don't know how many scripts it has. None. So it doesn't need any script slots, character counts. I would probably be okay. I would probably be okay with just like a data check. Just so that NPCs aren't constantly breaching me. I think NPCs can breach you, right? Do NPCs attack you? Yeah. So I mean, I could just put like I don't know, I could just put like a reorder 19 to 1 and a reorder 19 to 1. Reorder 2 to 0 is what I wanted. And then unload 15, 16, unload 10, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. load 0 and 2. So I have like 3 very basic locks. At tier 1 you can't lose anything. Yeah. I just don't want like my bot. I'm worried that my out of process automation might get screwed up a little bit if I flush any kind of breach messaging into my out of process automation. So if just putting like a few basic locks on my tier 1 user will prevent like an NPC from easy breaching me, because with no locks they just are in, right? That might just be enough just to help me a bit. So what are these what are these? A 779 and 803. Those are pretty good. I'm gonna move those over to my library user. 20 and 21. Oh, I is 20 and 21. All right. Actually, what I could do now is run auto call here and see if that works. Actually, let's run it without confirm. Should tell me confirm destruction of all these. Seem to work okay. So okay, so the calling itself works well. It's supposed to return oh, I don't want it to return loaded false. Oh, yeah, I do. I want it to return loaded false after it calls, because that will show me any upgrades, like rare upgrades, that weren't auto-called. It'll spit them out, and because there weren't any there, didn't output anything, so that's fine. Okay, so this will do the key stats. Okay. So, all right. You made a lock stacker. So you mean like some kind of script that like shuffles all your locks to the top in a certain order, or what? What does that do? I need to move script that puts locks in the order you specify, and puts them at the top. I'm assuming puts them at the top of your upgrade list as well. If so, that's a really good idea. Yeah, nice. It also checks if you have any that are better and replaces them. Oh, that's handy too. Some lock automation. All right, so what do I need to do here is I have to, so I think I finished this, but it's not calling from the Unicrack script. So the one last thing I want to do here is I want to call it by doing, oh, I don't remember what the security level is, low sec. So calling low sec dot, actually let's do, no, that how much it transferred is not as important. Zy lib utils tool autocall confirm true. Okay, from my unicrack script. I want to make sure that my utils script is up to date. It is not, because it's complaining about something. What's it complaining about? Oh, it's not USF, it's just upsert. Perfect. In the future, it would have to check a network. Having a network of users is nice, as you now have more storage space. The downside is you also need to defend it. Amount of users times. It's true. Yeah, having a whole network of users is like a whole other stage that I'm gonna have to tackle at some point. I haven't really got it on my long-term plan yet. I'm not sure when it's gonna come up. I think it's like my utility script having to grow like this. I think it's just like I'm gonna hit a wall at some point in the future and be like, oh shit, I need to do this. Because my utility script, I had a whole bunch of to-dos that were all like wishful thinking. Like, oh, maybe I need to like do this or manage this or something like that. But then like it slowly became a necessity as I hit something else, and I was like, oh shit, I have to do this now. One nice thing about HSE is you just watch the whole project folder for changes, no individual scripts. Yes, and that is one thing that is going to, like, that's why I'm not brushing off HSE. I really am just like, it's a mix of procrastination and like just not having the time to do it. But I absolutely am motivated to get HSE. If I need help, you'll help me. I appreciate that, and I will. I have to just like figure out how to fit it in, because I don't think I want to. I have to figure out how to fit this in, setting it up and stuff. What is it, a separate tool from Visual Studio, or is it an extension for Visual Studio, or VS Code, I should say? Sorry. Like, is it its own IDE, I guess is the question. HSM Golf Unicrack Source.js. It uses PNPM, a command line tool. So like, do you run it from the terminal like I'm doing with HSM? You run it from the terminal in VS Code and it does all the stuff for you? Yes? Okay. So, I mean, I might take a look at it this weekend then. Maybe I'll try to fit it into Saturday's stream. Basically, you set up a project folder somewhere. I think I'm gonna look at it. Basically, set up a project folder somewhere and put your user folders in there. Any script outside the user folder is pushed to every user. I don't think I need that functionality, because I think I want to save my slots. Any script in the user folder is pushed to the individual user. So it's like I'd have a project file on like a totally different drive somewhere for HSM or HSE, and like it goes and saves it in my app data for whatever, for hackmud. Is that what it's doing? You like sync them up? Okay. And the every user one is nice for bot brains. Yes, that is also true. That's a good point. Okay. Okay. I might, I'm not going to do it today, obviously, but, okay. Okay. Get HSE set up and stop fucking around with HSM commands breaking. My fault. I don't want Samuel to see that and be like, what do you hate? You hate my tool? No, I love your tool, Samuel, if you're watching this, Samuel. Okay, alright, running short on time here. I want to get, my Unicrack script. Actually, let's throw a watch down on this because I want to make sure. Let's go to Xylib and make sure that we update the too many char counts and shit. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's upload utils, the latest version of utils. Let's go back to my primary user. Let's up the latest version of Unicrack. So Unicrack is now set up to use the auto call in the utilities. So I should be able to breach some tier 2 NPCs and have the script totally clean up after itself and only leave behind some like rare upgrades, if any. So let's go NPC show.npcs. We'll go grab this one. Tier 2 scrape. Oh yeah, the new formatting. Oh, I noticed that hackmudost changed the the terminators here. Yeah, I like it. Looks nice. I thought this was a deeper blue. I thought I had this set as a deeper blue. No time. No time for this. Okay. Let's breach a little bit here. You sent me your setup in Discord. I don't have to look now? Okay. I will look though. Thank you, Joestar. I will look. Alright, let me... How you manage your scripts is you have a main script named, and if you split it up, you make a folder with the same name with all the split scripts. Okay, I'm not sure how that works, but I will look at it. Alright, so we're going to do Unicrack. Target is this. KST is not defined. Okay, so something broke there, but I'm going to keep going so as to not waste this hard line. That is the that's the key stats that aren't working, but I don't see any keys in here, so it's irrelevant right now. None there either. I think it's honestly it's just a let that I'm missing. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on there, but it's clearly, it has something to do with, I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with autocall. Yeah. You're absolutely true. I did not have it defined. Okay, so I'm going to run autocall right now. Oh, right. I have to upload that fix. Damn it. Every time I do this, Joestar gains power. It increases in power every time I have to do this manually. Let the HSE flow through you. Alright, and then do my utils. Look at all that. Ah, there's a script slot v2 in there I probably didn't want to get rid of. And hopefully some hopefully some duplicate keys. That's interesting. What did it output here? Oh, it output the 2 keys that were left over? Is that what happened? Yes, that's what happened. So that's not exactly what I want it to output at the end, but that's okay for now. You enjoy quality of life? Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. This is, it's getting annoying, especially switching back and forth that I've had to keep doing for this utils and cracking back and forth. It's a pain in the ass to have to manually switch directories in the terminal here every time I do it. So, yeah, so these are only got left behind because because of the rarity. Because of rarity 2. In the end, HSE uses HSM, but in a nicer way. Yeah. It's all the same, right? It's just like more streamlined. Okay. I want to know what happened. What was it gave us a funny error on the last one. So we were getting a bunch of KSTs not defined, which is fine. What do my upgrades look like now? It auto-called fine. Yeah, I got rid of a script slot v2 that I probably should have kept. Honestly, I'm grinding up so much money right now, I can just buy these things, and I don't actually need them right now. I don't need a source script because it's going to be in a different folder. Okay, so that's helpful too. Yeah, these things, that sounds like I'm already sold. You can stop your sales pitch, Joestar. Alright? I'm already sold on it. I'm going to do it. Now it's just a matter of when I do it. I am going to do it. My annoyance at myself having to type these things in constantly is going to catch up with me soon, so. Okay, so, R is not defined on Unicrack. Do some management of what script slot or char counts I keep. Well, I mean, they're all rarity 0 or 1s right now. So even the V2 rarity 0s or 1s, I'm going to toss them because, like, in the very near term, they're not going to be worth anything to me anyway. I'm only going to want the higher rarity ones, so I'm not too concerned with screwing around with that part. I just want to know why I was getting this reference. R is not defined came out somewhere here, because I have this. It could have been in the Unicrack itself. R here. What is R? It could have been anything in here. Really, it would have been pre-solve, which makes this really hard to track down because I have a let R, so R should always be defined in this script. So it's possible that it is not defined in utils somewhere. Nope. Or in the ATM script. Oh, it's let right at the top. For char count, you can literally check the char count. Yeah. Tier 1s, you do char count greater over 600. Tier 2s, you could probably do like 1500. Am I sure the same? Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly, that it's the same due to minifying. So, honestly, I think I have to call it. We got a couple minutes till ads start anyway, and I don't want to end on an ad. So I'm just going to call it here because I was going to call it in like 5 minutes anyway. And we'll pick up tomorrow night for my regular stream back on schedule. And then we'll pick up right where we left off here. Trying to get this this rarity stuff figured out. So let's quickly hop in and see if anyone else is doing hackmud. Always check. Nope. No. Hey, there's Matrix. Yeah, alright, well, that's that then. So, okay. Yeah, thanks, Joestar, for coming and hanging out. Saul was in here earlier, too. I don't know where he went. And Michael. Michael Epic A. Michael.bitches. Don't forget to check your bitches at Michael.bitches. Actually, no, I don't officially endorse it. I withdraw my endorsement. Okay. Have a great night, everyone. Thanks for coming and hanging out. If you like what you saw or you're watching this later on VOD, please give me a follow. I really appreciate it. Yeah, where are your witches? Okay. Anyway, hope to see you all tomorrow night. 9 to 9:30 p.m. is when my start time is going to be. Okay. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Hope to see you tomorrow or later on. Have a great night.